Ça paraît qu'il a bu.
Relâchez-moi.
In there! That's 3 times this month.
I gotta eat. You gotta feed me. Works out.
Shut it. What do you want?
A lot of crime going on. Need help?
I've got things well under control, thank you very much.
Ha! What about all the murders you never solve?
I said shut it, Vidocq!
Think about it. He solves them. You get the credit.
Tell you what. Solve a murder, I'll give you a weapon out of the bin. Meanwhile, I have more important things to do.
Hey! I know the streets. I can help you out.
Why would you?
Because that stinking stupid pig of a police minister doesn't have the stinking stupid sense to do anything that might give even a grifter like me hope that someday, this city might not be a shitty place to live. And because I'm bored out my bloody mind!
Oh, for the love of God, Vidocq, shush!
Something kind of creepy about monks. Closed up like that in a big building. Sometimes that's hard on people. Better check out the monastery here on the island, though.
Arno, hello.
Did you see where he went? Get him! Won't anybody else? Les gars, j'ai découvert un cadavre!
Oh, pourquoi tout ce fracas?
Cette fébrilité.
À vendre 60 livres par sétier, c'est une occasion.
Hey! Do I really have to come over there and cave your face in?
dear Lord. Friars Stanislas, Bernard, and even the respected Friar Benoit. And then Friar Jean. All dead. It passeth all understanding. 3 monks survive, praise God. But I dare not think. Is it possible that the murderer is one of them? Bah, ridiculous. Which of them would be capable of such an atrocity?
So much happened. First, the death of the elder monks. Friar Jean served them wine, and they immediately became very tired. They went to bed and couldn't be roused. I ran to the doctor. When I came back, what did I find? They were all dead. And there's Friar Jean, strangled at his desk.
Saw a monk right over there, starting a fire he was. A fire, here in the vineyard. Well, I yelled at him to get on out of there, and he ran off.
When do you want to scar, huh? Right here, good? There's a warning for you. Don't touch me again, or you'll get worse.
I am very worried about Friar Honoré. He and Friar Jean were quite close. I fear Jean's murder has affected Honoré's sanity.
God's will cannot be understood by mortal man. We search and pray and do the best we can. Small hints can be discerned, say, in the writings of prophets. I believe Nostradamus is one. God's will cannot be understood by mortal man. We search and pray and do the best we can. The conspirators were foretold to die in their sleep. Jean was victim of a fratricide. Is it murder to fulfill a prophecy? It's all coming true, I tell you. Even this.
He's a bit off his nut, if you ask me. Arrest the madman. 9 times out of 10, you're right. Go ahead.
$400 armed noblemen, Honoré? If it weren't for General Lafayette...
Enough! The room is fogged with your bluster! All hot air and no action! Here's a man with good news, I think. Arno, what did you learn from the silversmith?
Poison. They're catching up.
Germain made that pin, and others like it, for a man named Lafreniere.
Sure.
Certain.
Grandmaster de la Serre spoke highly of his loyalty. Very well. I suppose the course is clear, Arno. Find Monsieur Lafreniere.
I have done so already, monsieur. He is no threat.
What are you saying, Pisspot?
I had a lead on Lafreniere. I followed it, and I killed him.
What the hell were you thinking?
How dare you defy the
The next time you circumvent the council,
What gives
I'll
you
ring
the
you a
right?
new arsehole!
While this council admires your zeal, it is not your place to choose your own targets. You should have reported your findings to us.
Forgive me, Mentor. I believed I had found the man who ordered Monsieur de la Serre's murder. When I discovered further evidence that suggested he was about to strike at the Brotherhood in force, I took action.
Believed? Suggested?
I am no longer certain of Lafreniere's motivations. In his memories, I saw him writing the letter that would have warned Monsieur de la Serre of his betrayal. When he spoke of his impending attack, he mentioned a club in the Marais, not one of our safe houses.
What do you make of this?
I cannot say. I would like to investigate further.
I don't like this. The boy is a gifted assassin, but I fear he's obsessed with a private vendetta. Let another follow this lead.
We don't have time. Whatever Lafreniere was planning, it happens tonight.
He did ask permission this time, Guillaume.
Ah.
Go then. See what you can learn. But no more rash action.
Yes, Mentor.
Arno, Godspeed.
Over here.
This is the place. What was Lafreniere so interested in?
Get him upstairs, quickly.
Latouche, old friend. You do get about, don't you?
Wait a moment! You want me to come over? You're all immigrants! Loyalists and aristocrats! You can't hide from me! I see through your cheap disguise! I will have you all dead at my feet! Is the air so liquidy?
Halt!
My spot! Mine alone! You found it!
Something's going on. No! Gilbert! Shit! Bloody counter-river!
business to tend to. A little bit longer. Grandmaster wants to finish.
I trust we'll finally learn the meaning behind our recent activities.
All will be made clear. I don't like it. The plan is still too vulnerable. And let's not forget Lafreniere is still out there somewhere, waiting to burn us all at the stake.
Totally. You haven't heard yet then?
But what?
Lafreniere is dead. Hours ago, in fact. Assassins.
That seems convenient.
That's the thing about assassins. Point them at a Templar conspiracy. They ask no questions. Predictable that way. Come, official captain gets started.
thing. I can go on like this all day. But you got an hour left in you? 2 at the most. Half if I bring out the sharp bits. So why not skip the end game and go directly to me? Tell me where it is, and all this can be over. What was that? You're a smart man.
Roy, clean up your mess. It's time.
Be right there.
Ah!
You heard the weasel, boys?
Did you really throw him out the window?
Trash belongs in the gutter.
Sloppy. Someone might have seen it.
Who? My boys are watching the whole thing. They'll deal with any good Samaritans.
They better. The Grandmaster won't be happy if the whole plan comes unraveled because of one dead peon.
How late you think they'll go tonight?
Strange.
Coffee on them.
I see you! Your anti-revolutionary days are numbered! No, you don't!
Can't slow the revolution. It grinds you up your toes.
The great work requires patience, my friend. If Paris must suffer a while longer so the world might be remade, then so be it.
Why not just kill him and be done with it? One of my boys, a knife, a dark hallway. Easy peasy.
We want a condemned man, Captain, not a martyr. Have patience.
Respectfully, Grandmaster, patience is well and fine. But the longer we wait, the greater the chance of discovery.
Well, the assassins already found Siver and the Wadetun.
Oh, Siver and Leroy already served their purpose. Their destruction, while inconvenient, is no obstacle. And the assassins have already proved useful when properly led.
What about the Delasser brat? She could be dangerous if she manages to rally the old guard.
That situation will be resolved.
How so?
Mademoiselle de la Serre will soon be on her way to l'Hôtel Voisin, eager to speak with Monsieur Lafreniere. Sadly, Monsieur Lafreniere has nothing left to say.
Elise.
Clever, Grandmaster. But you've had your brush with the assassins as well. Respectfully, you won't always be so lucky.
Quite right. I shall leave the execution of our work to you good ladies and gentlemen.
For my part, I shall retire to the sanctuary and await the final fate.
You will pay for that!
Go on, we'll lock up down here and go for a pint.
Seems we have a spy, boys. There's a spy on the loose!
Don't let the spy escape.
Something's not right. Hold it! Don't give up, you horse hunter! Just get within my reach, you shit! Yeah!
Soyez les sous, soyez les fous.
Monsieur Détour.
Ah, monseigneur.
Elise? Elise! Elise! Damn it. Where was it? L'hôtel voisin? Merde.
Parmi qui l'a bu. Il est resté trop longtemps à la taverne. Comportez-vous comme un gentil.
Later.
Visite à ma tante Anne.
What's going on? Where is Monsieur Lafrenière?
He's dead.
What?
Go! I'll explain later.
Get her! Cut them off! Kill her!
No way past this one.
Shall we?
Let's.
Gutting traitors like you is my...
What's wrong?
I'm not sure how to get out again.
I'll climb up and take a look.
How do we get out of here? Any bright ideas?
Come here! I'll mash you like an old potato!
Where are they?
Just admit it. You're lost.
Find them!
Damn it!
Another dead end.
Can't see a damn thing in here.
How the hell do we get out?
They must be in here somewhere.
Over.
Two of them up ahead.
You take that one. I'll handle his friend.
What now?
Too many of them to sneak past. We'll have to work together. Take them out quietly.
Have you seen a young woman? Tall, red hair.
I'm afraid. I think that was all of them.
We're clear. There's a bigger group coming up, though.
Did you see a young woman come through here?
Wait! Snipers.
I see them. Perhaps you can get a better angle from the roof.
Christ! Real patriot!
Looks like the last of them.
Let's get out of here.
They can't have gotten far. Find them!
Go on. I'll distract them. Trust me. Meet me tomorrow at Café Théâtre. I'll explain everything.
You're mad. I'll be there.
I may be a little late.
Watch for a feint about it. It's blowing down.